So hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Creatrix channel. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Vishal Soni and I have cleared engineering services examination 2 times from electronics and telecommunication branch, both times in double digit rank. In 2014 my rank was 98 and in 2015 my rank was 25th. I have served as a Group A Gastro Officer in Indian Railways and in Indian Telecommunication Services. So most of you must have been following me on the Creatrix channel for electromagnetic field theory. So if you are a seeker of a free education, this is the channel for you, and you must understand that all these free initiatives is coming your way because of the Unacademy. So Unacademy is the revolution in the field of the free education and the affordable education. So how can you access those free courses? So if you want to access the free courses, you must immediately subscribe this channel, Creatrix channel, because all the top educators of the country is providing the free course on this channel. And that free course is absolutely brilliant in content, that is systematic, that is organized, and that is complete. So complete playlist you will be getting of a particular subject. You can develop the concept, you can gain confidence. More than that, you can love the subject. So immediately subscribe this channel. Secondly, if you want to access more free content, then you must immediately download the Unacademy Learners app, because on the Unacademy Learners app, top educators of the country are conducting the free special classes. In that free special classes, you can get topic wise clarity of a particular concept. And do not forget to follow me on the Unacademy Learning app. So you can also access the courses. So you must have two things. First is your YouTube channel. This YouTube channel, Creatrix YouTube channel, must be subscribed. Secondly, you must understand that you should have the Unacademy Learning app. That is must for you in order to crack the examination. So these are the parts of the free education. And if you want to organize your content well, if you want more comprehensive manner, if you want other advantages of the Unacademy, then what are the other initiatives that is running by the Unacademy? So another initiative that is running by the Unacademy is Unacademy Plus. So on the Unacademy Plus, this is very affordable for those who actually want to take their preparation to the next level. So आपको Unacademy Plus में क्या क्या मिलेगा? You will be getting the live classes on a fixed time, so that you can get more disciplined, you can get more organized, and you have something in your mind that at this particular time my classes are going to run. Apart from that, you will get free test series designed by the educator itself. So gone those times when we have lot of errors in the test series, we do not have the discussions of the test series. So there the test series will be conducted by the educators. They themselves will be discussing the solutions of that particular thing. So you can imagine that your preparation is going to the next level for this. Apart from that, those who have prepared themselves for the examination, so for them there are crash courses also available. Again the crash courses will going to help you in achieve good ranks. Those who have already achieved good ranks and want to improve their rank, for them there are rank improvement batches. More than that, you can also see that there are unlimited practice sessions. So what do you understand by unlimited practice session? Which means there will be various doubt solving sessions. Apart from the doubt solving sessions, there are weekly quizzes, and with the help of those weekly quizzes you can enhance your problem solving skills. So lot of unlimited doubt solving sessions, lot of quiz sessions, systematic content, structured content. You can download the PDF after the lectures, so you don't have to waste your time in order to making notes. You can utilize those times to practice the particular concepts, or you can use those times to just write down the formulas so that you can remember those formulas quickly. Apart from this plus subscription, there is also one subscription which is known as Iconic. So Iconic subscriptions are for them who actually do not have the self motivation but having the talent. So if they are having the talent and you do not have the self motivation, that how can I push myself to crack the examination, so in this Iconic subscription you will be assigned a personal coach. So this personal coach is going to be with you every time, and he will help you to achieve your dreams. You will get a study planner which will be customized for you. You will get the expert guidelines who have already topped the examination. They will be basically hand holding you to crack the examination. So if you think you are not self motivated, if you think you do not have the proper background to crack any particular competitive examination, so this Iconic subscription is must for you. This is going to help you. So if you want the free education, then YouTube channel and the special classes are must for you. And if you can afford a little bit, how much you should afford, that we'll discuss in a while. But if you can afford a little bit, you should come on to this Unacademy Plus. And more than that, if you want the expedited process in your preparation, आप जल्दी से एग्जाम निकालना चाहते हैं, जल्दी से अपनी गलतियां सुधारना चाहते हैं, so this Iconic subscription is for you. Then now let us start today's lecture, which is on the communication system. So now let us start the lecture.
Welcome to the lecture of the communication system. So this is the second lecture for the problem solving video of amplitude modulation. So let us try to solve few more questions. So first of all, I will read out the given question. It is given that carrier is 2 cos omega ct. Also message signal is given as m of t. This is amplitude modulated and fc is given as 10 kilohertz, and we have to calculate total power, efficiency and frequency components in am. So first of all, I will compare this c of t with AC cos omega ct, and upon comparison you can get AC as 2 volt and FC as 10 kilohertz. So these two values are already given in the question. Now you can clearly see from here that the shape of the message signal is square wave. Also, the maximum value of modulus of MT is 2 volt. So we know that how to calculate modulation index. Modulation index becomes mod of MT max by AC. Since no information is given about amplitude sensitivity or Ka, so we can calculate it by this. Mod of MT max is 2, AC is also 2, so it comes out to be 1. So in this case, you can see that it is the case of critical modulation because mu is exactly equal to 1. So we have to calculate the total power. We know that total power of AM, which is mean square value of AM or normalized power of AM with respect to resistance 1, comes out to be Pc into 1 plus mu square when m of t is square wave. So from here you can calculate the total power of AM. It comes out to be Pc into 1 plus 1 square or 2 times of Pc. Value of Pc you can calculate by AC square by 2. So value of AC is in this case 2 volt. So I will put 2 square by 2 and it comes out to be 2. So the total AM power comes out to be 4 watt, and obviously it is the normalized power. In the second option it is asking us to calculate eta. So it comes out to be mu upon 1 plus mu square into 100%. We know that mu square upon 1 plus mu square formula is applied whenever m of t is square wave. So you can put these values, it becomes 1 upon 1 plus 1 into 100%, or it comes out to be 50%. Also you can calculate the power of sideband, which is total power of AM minus carrier power. So it comes out to be 2 watt. So you could have used the formula of eta alternatively, that eta represents share of sideband power in total power. So share of sideband is 2, total power is 4 here, multiplied with 100%. Here also you can get eta as 50%. Now third important point, it is asking us to calculate the frequency components present in modulated signal. So you can see here m of t is given as 0. This time period t0 is 1 millisecond. This value is t0 by 2. This is t0 and this value is small t. So you can see that this signal is a half wave symmetric signal because this value is given as 2, and this value is given as -2. So if I am considering this point as t0, then it becomes t0 by 2 plus t0, this particular point, and you can see that value of m at t0 is 2 and value at t0 by 2 plus t0 is -2. So it is satisfying the condition of half wave symmetry, that is this particular relation. Or as a general expression, we also know that the square wave is half wave symmetric signal. So it is the half wave symmetric signal We have already studied that two types of square waves are present. One is asymmetrical square wave, another one is symmetrical square wave. So this signal m of t, which is present here, comes under the category of asymmetrical square wave, because if you will try to repeat its one period backwards, this is its one period. So if I will try to replicate this one period backwards, so it comes out to be something like this. And you can very clearly see that this particular m of t is odd in nature, or you can say it is representing asymmetrical square wave. So finally, we already know the result that whenever any signal is having half wave symmetry, they are always going to have odd harmonics only. So frequency component in m of t is f0, 3f0, 5f0 and so on. And the value of f0 you can calculate from fundamental time period, and fundamental time period in this particular question is given as 1 millisecond. So it becomes 1 upon 1 millisecond, or the fundamental frequency comes out to be 1 kilohertz. So the frequency component in modulated signal or AM signal will be FC, FC plus minus f0, FC plus minus 3f0 and so on. So we have to calculate the frequencies. So first frequency f of c will be equal to 10 kilohertz. Fc is 10 kilohertz. I will calculate Fc plus minus f0. So it will become Fc plus f0 and Fc minus f0. We know that value of f0 is 1 kilohertz. So it becomes 10 plus 1 or 11 kilohertz, and here it becomes 10 minus 1 or 9 kilohertz. Similarly, you can calculate Fc plus minus 3f0. It becomes Fc plus 3f0 and Fc minus 3f0. So you can calculate 10 plus 3, 10 minus 3, and it becomes 13k or 7k, and in this manner you can calculate all the frequencies. Now try to remember that the value of frequency cannot be negative, so it is always better to put modulus whenever you calculate the negative frequencies. So always put modulus whenever you are calculating the difference of the frequencies. For example, if I have to calculate Fc plus minus 5f0, so I will write Fc plus 5f0 and mod of Fc minus 5f0. Because frequency components cannot be negative, so 10 plus 5 becomes 15k and 10 minus 5 becomes 5k, and modulus of 5 is also 5. So you always need to put modulus whenever you are having negative frequency component. Now you can clearly see here that it is representing your carrier frequency component, and these range of frequencies are representing your side bands. So you can say that whenever m of t is square wave, so it is having infinite number of discrete frequencies, so the modulated signal has carrier frequency component and infinite number of sidebands. So this question was important because the shape of massive signal in this case was an asymmetrical square wave. Now let us try to solve this particular question. First of all, let me read the question. In this question, an square law modulator is shown, and the square law device is characterized by V2 equal to V1 plus 0.1 square, and pass band of band pass filter will be from 800 Hz to 1200 Hz. We have to find all the parameters of resulting AM signal. So in this case, and square law modulator is given. For square law modulator, we know that the message signal and carrier signal are combined. The summation of message signal and carrier signal is given as V1. The characteristic of square law device is given as V2, and we have to calculate the S of t. So first of all, the expression which is given as 2 cos 200 pi is representing m of t, so it becomes 2 cos 200 pi t. So I will compare it with am cos 2 pi fmt, and upon comparison you get value of am as 2 volt and value of fm as 100 hertz. Now let me compare this 20 cos 2000 pi t with AC cos 2 pi fct. So from here you will get the value of AC as 20 volt and value of FC as 1000 hertz. So these values we have calculated already. Now we know that this band pass filter need to be centered at FC, and it should have bandwidth of 2 FM. So now let us try to compare and let us see what is the bandwidth in this particular case it is giving. So it is giving bandwidth from 800 Hz to 1200 Hz. So you can say that it is still centered at FC and minus FC, which is 1000 Hz, and overall it is giving us the bandwidth of 400 Hz. So let us try to write down the expression. We know that whenever mt is am cos omega mt and carrier signal is added in it, which is AC cos omega ct, and it is passed through a filter, a square law device, which is a naught vi plus a1 vi square, and this becomes your v naught. After that you need to apply a band pass filter, and this comes your output yt. So the characteristic of this band pass filter is that it should be centered at FC and it should have bandwidth at least of 2 FM. So in this case we can directly write the output yt as AC dash plus into 1 plus KAMT cos omega ct. So this was our discussion when we discussed square law modulator. Here AC dash was A naught AC and KA was 2A1 by A naught. So first of all, let us try to solve this question directly. After then we can also do this question by the derivation method. And mu was KA mod of MT max. So first of all, we will compare the given expression V naught equal to A naught Vi plus A1 Vi square with V naught equal to V1 plus 0.1 square. So it becomes Vi plus 0.1 Vi square. So upon comparison you get A naught as 1 and A1 as 0.1. So the value of AC dash comes out to be A naught AC, which is equal to AC. Value of K comes out to be 2A1 by A naught or 2 into 0.1 by 1 or 0.2. So the value of mu can be written as Ka mod of empty max. Value of Ka is 0.2 and mod of empty max we all have already calculated. M of t was 2 cos 200 pi t, so maximum value of mod of empty max comes out to be 2. So this value becomes 2 and the value of mu can be written as 0.4 or this value can be written as 20 volt. So in this case we have calculated the AC dash Ka mu. Now let us try to solve the same question by using the derivation method. So in this question it is giving that M of t was 2 cos 200 pi t, C of 2 was 20 cos 2000 pi t. So first of all we have to make a signal Vi, which is summation of Mt and Ct. So it comes out to be 2 cos 200 pi t plus 20 cos 2000 pi t. Now the value of V0 comes out to be Vi plus 0.1 Vi square. So you can write it as 2 cos 200 pi t plus 20 cos 2000 pi t plus 0.1 times, let me square it, so square becomes m square t plus c square t plus 2 times mtct. So V0 becomes 2 cos 200 pi t plus 20 cos 2000 pi t plus 0.1. M square t can be written as 4 cos square 200 pi t. C square t becomes 400 cos square 2000 pi t plus multiplication becomes 80 cos 2000 pi t into cos 200 pi t. So V0 can be written as 2 cos 200 pi t plus 20 cos 2000 pi t plus 0.1. You can write this as 2 plus 2 cos 400 pi t plus 200 plus 200 cos 4000 pi t plus 40 cos 2200 pi t plus 40 cos 1800 pi t. So here I have applied the formula of 2 cos A cos B, which is cos A plus B plus cos A minus B, and here I have used cos square theta equal to 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. So I have simplified the given expression. Now let us try to pass this signal with the band pass filter. So the band pass filter which was given, it was centered at Fc, that is it was passing the frequencies from 800 Hz to 1200 Hz only. So this was the characteristic of the filter, that it was allowing the frequency range from 800 Hz to 1200 Hz. So first of all let us try to find out the different frequencies. So the frequency of this component is 100 Hz. It is not passed by the filter. The frequency of this component is 1000 Hz. So it is passed by the filter. The frequency of this component is 0 Hz. So not allowed by the filter. Frequency of this component is 200 Hz. Not allowed by the filter. The frequency of this particular component is 0 Hz. It is also not allowed by the filter. The frequency of this component is 2000 Hz and it is also not allowed by the filter. The frequency of this component is 1100 Hz. It is allowed by the filter. And the frequency of this component is 900 Hz and it is also allowed by the filter. So now let us see which are the components which are allowed by the filter. So the component comes out to be Yt equal to 20 cos 2000 pi t. It becomes 20 cos 2000 pi t plus 0.1 times 40 cos 2200 pi t, 40 cos 2200 pi t plus 40 cos 1800 pi t. So I can write the given expression as 20 cos 2000 pi t plus 0.1 times, here you can use the formula of cos A cos B, so it again becomes 80 cos 2000 pi t into cos 200 pi t. So here I can take this 20 as common. Whenever I will take this 20 as common, it becomes 1 plus 0.1 into 80 by 20 cos 200 pi t into cos 2000 pi t. So here you can write it as yt equal to 20 into 1 plus 0.4 cos 200 pi t into cos 2000 pi t. So you can compare the given expression with AC into 1 plus mu cos 2 pi fmt into cos 2 pi fct. So the value of AC comes out to be 20 volt, mu comes out to be 0.4, the value of FC here comes out to be 1000 Hertz, and the value of FM comes out to be 100 Hertz. So we are getting the same expression as we have used the direct result of the given derivation. So this result we have already remembered when we were doing the derivation of square law detector. So you can use the result also, because the band pass filter is allowing the frequencies of FC and it has having the bandwidth of 2 FM or more than 2 FM. So here in this case it is having the bandwidth of 400 Hz, which is greater than 2 FM. So basically the band pass filter should be such that it must allow the frequency ranges FC and FC plus minus FM. So it should have at least the bandwidth of 2 FM. Even if the bandwidth is greater than 2 FM, then also it will perform as a AM modulator. So first of all, we have used the direct results. We did just the comparisons, and here also we got the value of mu as 0.4 and the value of carrier amplitude is 20 volt. And when we did derivation, so from the derivation point of view, we also got the same results. Now we need to calculate all the parameters of AM. So you can easily calculate all the parameters. Mu in this case was 0.4. So the carrier power can be calculated as 20 square by 2, or it comes out to be 200 watt. And this represents the normalized power of the carrier, or the power of the carrier with respect to 1 ohm resistance. Total power of AM can be calculated as PC into 1 plus mu square by 2 in case of sinusoidal massive signal. So it becomes 200, 1 plus 0.4 square by 2. You can write it as 200 into 1.08. So this value comes out to be 216 watt. So here the power of sideband becomes total power of AM minus carrier power, or it becomes 16 watt. We know that this 16 watt power will be equally distributed between upper and lower sideband, so it comes out to be 8 watt. Now we have to calculate the modulation efficiency, which is share of sideband power in total power, or it comes out to be 16 by 216. So you can write it as 16 by 216 and it comes out to be 0.074. And if you need to calculate the percentage, so it comes out to be 7.4%. Now we can also calculate the frequency components present in AM signal. So FC here is 1000 Hz, FM is 100 Hz. So frequency component of message signal M of t comes out to be Fc equal to 1000 hertz and Fc plus minus Fm. So it becomes 1100 hertz and 900 hertz. Next, the bandwidth of AM is 2 times maximum frequency component of message signal, and it comes out to be 200 hertz. So in this manner we can calculate all the parameters of FM in this particular. Now let us move on to the next question. In this question it is saying that the envelope of a conventional AM is shown in the figure. So in this case it is giving us the envelope of a conventional AM, and we need to calculate the modulation index, the total power of AM, and the modulation efficiency. So first of all, what we will do, we will try to decode this given envelope. So the envelope is given in this manner. Something like this. This was the envelope given. This value was 30, this is 45, and this value is 50. So from our discussion we know that the general expression for AM signal is AC plus MT cos omega CT, and whenever this AC plus MT is greater than 0, in all that cases envelope becomes AC plus MT. So this is the case of envelope. Now you can see that here the envelope which is given us is having triangular variations. So you can say that this given envelope is nothing but the message signal AC plus MT, because if I consider this envelope as AC plus MT, then this AC plus MT will always be greater than 0, or you can say that the given envelope basically representing the AC plus MT waveform. So we know that whenever the envelope is given, so in the envelope this value is always AC. The peak value of the envelope is AC into 1 plus mu, and the minimum value of the given envelope is AC into 1 minus mu. So in this particular case, this AC into 1 plus mu is given as 45, this value is given as 30, and this value is given as 15. So from here you can say that AC into 1 plus mu was 45, AC was 30, and AC into 1 minus mu was 50. So in the first part it was asking us to calculate mu. So you can calculate mu from this expression. AC into 1 plus mu is 45. Value of AC is 30, so it becomes 30 into 1 plus mu is equal to 45, or you can write mu equal to 45 by 30 minus 1, or from here mu comes out to be 0.5. Also, by using the second method you could have also calculated the mu. To calculate the mu we can also use this formula: maximum value of envelope minus minimum value of envelope upon maximum value of envelope plus minimum value of envelope. So in this case mu can be calculated by 45 minus 15 upon 45 plus 15. So from here also you get 30 by 60, or the value of mu as 0.5. So we have calculated the modulation index. In the second method we have to calculate the total power of the AM. So we know that our AM signal is AC plus MT cos omega CT, and I can also write it as A of t cos omega CT. So whenever A of t is greater than 0, in all that cases the envelope becomes equal to A of t, or the envelope becomes AC plus MT. So since AT is always greater than 0, so this envelope will always be is equal to AT, and this AC plus MT will always be greater than 0. So the graph which is given to us is envelope of AM signal, and we have already calculated that mu is less than or equal to 1, which is comes out to be 0.5. So for mu less than 1, we know that the envelope is nothing but our AC plus MT signal. So this signal is AC plus MT. This value is 30, this is 45, and this value is 15. So this is your value of AC. So from here you can obtain the value of MT. To obtain the value of MT, what I will do, I will subtract AC from this E of t. So to obtain the MT, we will calculate E of t minus AC. So whenever I will subtract the amplitude of the carrier signal from ET, we will get the message signal. So if I will subtract 30 from here, so this point 30 goes to 0. Upon subtracting 30 from this 15, it becomes minus 15. Upon subtracting 30 from this 45, it becomes plus 15. So the graph somewhat look like this. Now this is your new message signal. This value is 15, this is 0, and this value is minus 15. So the shape of message signal in this particular case is triangular in nature. So total AM power can be written as the carrier power plus the power of message signal by 2, or for triangular message signal we can directly write the normalized power is PC into 1 plus mu square by 3. So you can calculate it as PC plus PC mu square by 3. The carrier power PC can be calculated by AC square by 2, and the value of AC is 30 volt in this question. So it comes out to be 450 watt. So this is coming out to be 450 watt, plus you have to calculate PC mu square by 3. So PC mu square by 3 becomes 450 into 0.5 square by 3. So it becomes 150 into 0.25, and 150 into 0.25 comes out to be 37.5 watt. So total AM power becomes 450 watt plus 37.5 watt, or you can write it as 487.5 watt. Now you can also write PAM as PC plus PC mu square by 3. So it represents your carrier power, and this component represents your sideband power. So the carrier power individually comes out to be 450 watt, and the sideband power comes out to be 37.5 watt. So it was also asking us to calculate the modulation efficiency. The modulation efficiency was also needed to be calculated. So modulation efficiency is share of sideband power in total AM power. So the sideband power in this case is 37.5 watt. Total AM power is 487.5 watt. And if we have to calculate the percentage, then the percentage comes out to be 37.5 upon 487.5 into 100%, and it comes out to be 7.69%. So what can we learn from this question? From this question we can learn two things, that whenever mu is less than 1, in all that cases your envelope is always equal to AC plus empty. Or you can say that whenever the envelope is above time axis, that is, this envelope is strictly greater than 0, in all that cases your envelope is nothing but AC plus empty. And whenever envelope touches time axis, that is, E of t is greater than or equal to 0, in all that cases E of t may be AC plus empty for critical modulation case, or E of t can be mod of AC plus empty if mu is greater than 1. So these two things you should remember. This we have already discussed in the theory, but here I am telling you about envelope perspective. So from the perspective of envelope, you should also remember that for mu less than 1, this envelope will always be equal to AC plus empty, and whenever the envelope is above time axis, that is, it is strictly greater than 0, so in all that cases your ET will always be equal to AC plus empty. And whenever envelope touches time axis, that is, ET is greater than 0, also in some portion it is touching the time axis, then there can be two possibilities of AT. One in which the mu is equal to 1, then E of t will become AC plus empty, but for mu greater than 1, this E of t can become mod of AC plus empty. Let's move on to the next question. In this question it is saying that it is using the massive signal mt equal to t upon 1 plus t square, and we have to obtain the expression of AM wave when the percentage modulations are given something like this. So in this case, the massive signal which is given to us is t upon 1 plus t square, and we have to write the expression for AM when value of mu is 0.5 in first case. In second case, the value of mu is exactly 1, and in third case, the value of mu comes out to be 1.25. So clearly this is the case of under modulation. This is the case of critical modulation, and it is the case of over modulation. So we know that the general expression for AM signal can be written as AC into 1 plus KMT cos omega CT, and the value of mu can be written as Ka mod of empty max. So we need to calculate the value of empty max. So m of t is given as t upon 1 plus t square. So if I will differentiate it, so it becomes 1 plus t square into 1 minus t into 2t upon 1 plus t square whole square equal to 0. So it becomes 1 plus t square minus 2t square 0, or t square comes out to be 1. So from here we get the two possible values of t. One value is plus 1, another value is minus 1. So the value of m of t at t is equal to 1 comes out to be 1 upon 1 plus 1, or 1 by 2. The value of mt at t is equal to minus 1 comes out to be minus 1 upon 1 plus 1 and it comes out to be minus 1 by 2. So I will take values of mod. So mod of empty becomes 1 by 2, and here also the mod of empty becomes 1 by 2. So the maximum value of mod of empty comes out to be 1 by 2. So I can write Ka mod of empty max, which is equal to mu, can be written as Ka by 2 equal to mu, or Ka equal to 2 mu. So this we have found the relation between K and mu. Now I can write the general expressions for AM signal. So Ka is equal to 2 mu. In first case, value of mu is 0.5. So the value of K becomes 1. So general expression of AM becomes AC into 1 plus Ka empty cos omega Ct, or you can write it as AC into 1 plus value of empty is T upon 1 plus T square, and value of K is 1. So this is the general expression of AM signal for mu equal to 0.5. For mu equal to 1, value of Ka becomes 2. So the general expression of AM can be written as AC into 1 plus Ka-mt cos omega Ct. I will put the values of K and mt, so it becomes AC into 1 plus 2T upon 1 plus T square cos omega Ct. And finally, for mu equal to 1.25, K becomes 2.5, and S of T can be written as AC into 1 plus Ka-mt cos omega Ct, or you can write it as AC into 1 plus 2.5 T upon 1 plus T square cos omega Ct. So in this manner, you can write the general expression of these signals. So that is it in this lecture. In the next video, we will also solve few questions related with amplitude modulation.
So if you have liked today's lecture and you want to subscribe to Unacademy Plus, the very first thing that you should understand that you should use this particular code. What is the code? The code is Vishal Gate. Write my name and attach gate to it. So by using this particular code, you will be getting all the advantages of the Unacademy Plus. All the added advantages will be directly assigned to you. Secondly, you will directly come to under my guidance, and that will surely help you to crack the examination in the least possible time, and you will also get the guidance of the complete team. Okay, and the most important thing is that you will immediately get the 10% discount on that. So immediately you are enabled to get 10% discount once you use this coupon code. So for example, if you talk about the plus subscription, which is costing you 25,000 for 1 year, and if you use this coupon code Vishalgate, immediately you are going to get 10% discount, which is 22,500. And if you talk about the iconic, for the iconic subscription of the 12 month, this will cost you around 40,400. So these are the cost of the 12 months. And if you want to talk about the 2-year subscription cost of the plus, it is your 27,000 after discount. If you want more discount than 10%, and you have already attended the special classes, then you will be having some credits in your account. Do not forget to use those credits so that you can get more discount than 10%. Now, how can you pay these amounts? So there is one good news for you, that you can pay this amount by using credit cards and debit cards by using the facility of the zero cost EMI. So if you want to pay this particular amount of 22,500 with the help of zero cost EMI, so the zero cost EMI can be availed by using credit cards and debit cards. Remember, you can use the credit card of any company, but the debit card is allowed for HDFC and the Bajaj Finserv. Apart from that, if you want to directly pay this much of amount, you think that this particular amount is the most affordable fees that can be provided to you for 1 year subscription, तो आप directly क्या कर सकते हैं? You can use this credit card, debit card, direct payment. You can also go for the EMI options, okay, and you can directly pay this amount by using net banking. every time you think of the Unacademy Plus subscription, the first thing that should come in your mind is this particular code. Do not forget to use this code once you take the subscription, because I have already told you that this particular coupon code is going to give you the lot of advantages, so you cannot miss the opportunity to use this code. So every student who want to come on to the Unacademy Plus, they want to take the advantages of the Unacademy Plus, they want to empower themselves in the best possible manner in this digital era, they want to be the part of this revolution, then this is the time for you. You do not have to wait for it. If you are in the first year, if you are in the second year, you are in the third year, the best possible time is right now to prepare for the examination, to dedicate yourself, to give yourself the opportunity so that you can get the success as early as possible. Apart from that, you should also join this GATE aspirant group. So this GATE aspirants group is already having 150k plus students, so you can join it. There are a lot of discussions going on between students. You can get the advantage of those discussions. Okay. You can also join this Creatrix channel, which is a Telegram channel. So everyone has to join this channel so that you can get all the PDFs of the lecture which is being assigned to you. Fine. There are various channels which you can go for it. So various channels in the association with Creatrix. So you can follow the channel of your interest. And this is it in today's lecture. So let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you so much.